evening. Welcome back to Savannah by Night, our Knights of Silvermoon Vampire the Masquerade game. I would normally launch into our rules and safety tools at the moment, but we've been over that enough times that if you haven't caught it by now, that's your problem. As for announcements, I believe it's just we have D&D next week, and I believe it's Star Wars next Friday on the channel.
Is
that
indeed
correct? Do we have any other sister games coming up, Jamie?
I'm not currently in any for the remainder of 2024, but check in with me at the beginning of 2025. Things are brewing.
But as always, check in with our socials on our Discord to see what events and games are coming up. And if we don't have anything else to mention...
Nothing
Sam.
from me tonight.
Let's tell the vampire story, shall we? Last time on Savannah by Night, Tabby expressed a need to eat and a desire to practice their capacity with Obfuscate, the Nosferatu-given talent for all manner of camouflage. Ellie decided to help solve both of these issues by burgling a morgue. However, both of them were devoid of a means of getting there in a timely fashion. They asked Fitz, a clanmate, for a drive. In exchange, he wanted them to steal something potentially innocuous for him. And while he was as good as his word, he taught them some key aspects about Obfuscate rather than how to use the ability itself. That while a useful tool, the discipline, like many others, is fundamentally flawed and unreliable. That to be truly sneaky and to get into places they aren't supposed to be, one had to simply remember that everyday normal people break into buildings all the time without special powers. Once they can figure that out, everything else will get a lot easier for them. Poppy came to terms with the notion that her new living arrangements afforded her for the first room of her own in what has felt like years. To add to her sense of self, she was given keys to a sensible but still slightly upscale car and the at least temporary use of a credit card, all to sort out the necessities of getting herself a wardrobe and fed. Cora, meanwhile, awoke to a waited-for text from overseas. One inconclusive, the other a perhaps unexpected tug on a heartstring. But all roads lead back to Elysium, as she found herself at the main house of Wormslow once again. She happens upon Mr. Innsbruck, the resident fixer responsible for making a lot of inconvenient situations go away. He explained that often the price for such a service is a type of formalized favor. However, this was not the purpose of her visit. She soon met up with Leland Aldridge to discuss the nature of her specific derangement, the curse of Clan Malkavian. Seeing nothing that concerned him, he merely gave her some advice on how to begin actively engaging with her derangement, to demystify it, and, hopefully, gaining measure of control over it, or at least the illusion of control. Cora then promptly ran into Poppy, who was visiting Elysium to gather up her belongings from the cottage. The two decided to head there together, but when they arrived, they found a somewhat familiar face. Now, if only they understood how familiar. Poppy and Cora, you're getting out of the car and seeing at least a familiar face to you, Cora. Stepping out of the greenhouse, blonde hair, somewhat easy breezy blouse, tan pants. Or is it? For a moment you see that same blonde hair done up in luxurious plaits. You see a elegant dress where the blouse was. For a moment you look to your left and you see Poppy wearing a similar dress, hair in a similar styling. When you look back to Olivia, you see Poppy's face. When you look back to Poppy, at least the one you thought was Poppy, you see Olivia's face, with Poppy's clothing and her hair. You hear Poppy's voice come from Olivia as she greets you. But just as soon, the entire image returns back to normal.
Aura falters, takes, having just stepped out of the car, she braces herself on the door itself, hesitates before shutting it completely. It's a nice night.
Oh, pleasure to see you again.
Likewise, Olivia.
And you see Poppy give you a look, like she's cluing into something but doesn't know what she's cluing into. That hesitation, that stagger.
As I am sitting here catching myself, or standing rather, I think for a moment while trying to carry on the conversation about this dress and hairstyle that the two of them were wearing. Does it feel familiar to me in any way? Does it evoke an era, a place, anything like that?
It's not about an era. It's more about high society function. Very elegant, very upscale. Something that would cost a pretty penny, is definitely not off the rack.
You know, there's something very refined about the both of you. Interesting to find the three of us here standing in the forest.
Mm. Olivia definitely gives you a tilt of a head where the way a dog might sort of tilt its head with that floppy-eared confusion. But she has just a confused but friendly smile about it. Poppy doesn't seem to glean what's being said or why it's being said. She just rather exuberantly goes to introduce herself. I will not insult Helena by trying to do an imitation of her. All I say is that there was energy attached to this.
Of course, where are my manners? Olivia, this is Poppy, one of the new young bloods, I guess you could say.
Oh, nice to meet you. Uh, I'm so sorry. It's been a bit of a night so far, but how are both of you?
A bit of a night. It feels like it barely started.
Uh, uh, I run a little flower shop in town, so it was a rush order for some things, and now I'm back here trying to get this done.
Is there any way I can help? We were going to go out tonight, but I'm sure I could pitch in.
Uh, I wouldn't mind the company.
Poppy, if it's all the same, I'm probably only spending one more night here. I think it'd be nice to do what I can to help before I go.
Poppy nods and goes, I would stay, but I have got a hangry going, so I'm gonna go deal with that.
Of course, I understand.
Okay.
I hope you'll accept the rain check.
Oh, we're definitely going out next time. Maybe you can find Chris.
I will invite her. Absolutely.
And she sees that Olivia has her car there, and she'll give a little polite wave and jump in the Lexus. And we're actually, before she does that, she's going to go into the cottage to get her things, so we don't have to do this scene again. And she'll head out to do the rest of her shenanigans, presumably. So, uh, Olivia will give Cora a look. Do you have much of a green thumb?
No, I had a house plant, but it was easy to take care of.
Oh, these are a little more nuanced than that, but
I assure you, I can take direction, though.
you have that air about you. And she'll lead you into the greenhouse.
Cora
It's
will
not.
go ahead and take her blazer off as she follows her into the greenhouse. Roll up her sleeves.
There's a workbench you could put it down on if you're not too fussed about it getting dirty. It's not expansive by any means, but it's not a broom closet either. There's actually room to walk through it, but it is more of a thicket than maybe you were expecting. If you were to maybe hazard a guess, there could be a sense of there was no non attached to this GMO. It looks a little overwrought, overgrown, fresh from Chernobyl farms.
So, as we're weaving our way through, Cora's looking at some of the various odd plant life. um, well, go ahead and ask. So, are all of these related to the party favors you talked about the other night, or are there other uses?
There might be a few things in here that I use for my own, but most of the things you see here are. How much do you know about the Tremere?
Uh, well, I recall we talked about how I know that you have a large presence in Vienna, and that there's uh, you deal with well, would Essen have gone over the fact that they are magically inclined?
Mm-hmm.
Because you deal with magic.
That is certainly a simple way of putting it, yeah.
Believe me, I was pleasantly surprised that that's one of these things in this world that's real.
Well, and she does get a little bit of a faraway look for a moment as she's clearly recalling something. For a moment, you see her wearing a very different top, more sort of 80s, bigger sweater style. Hair different. A little more eyeliner than she's currently using now. But when she looks at you, the image is once again what it should be.
Following Leland's advice,
Mhm.
um, I'm going to interject.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, when did you go off to just then?
I was just thinking of something said to me a very long time ago. And she's going to take a small seed out of a packet in this little mini filing drawer type apparatus that she has on a table. Little tiny seed. She's going to, with the tip of her finger, push it into the dirt in one of the tables. These long trays filled with dirt. Reality just wants to be tricked, and it almost doesn't care as long as you make it a good show. And there's going to be this drawing in the dirt, little circular patterns, almost like when you see a drop of water hit a body of water, and there's that ripple effect, except done with dirt. And she draws geometry through it. And when she takes her hand away, almost as if to chase it, a fresh vine rises up as if to try to catch her hand.
This is incredible. Is it reality you tricked or me? Is there a vine there already?
That's getting into a lot of philosophy I did not go to school for.
So, is that it then? Is it in the shapes?
Sometimes. It's. Sometimes the ritual is what the person defines it as.
Hmm. So it's more about the intention of the experience.
Also, sometimes.
So where do I start?
Hmm. I guess you didn't learn much more about Jameer then. We don't teach outsiders.
Mm. Then I appreciate the demonstration.
Hmm. Well, as I say with the party favors, first one's free.
Of course.
Hmm. But it seems your friend left you here.
Uh, I've been out a couple nights in a row, so we'll catch up.
Okay. Well, if you don't mind having me move a few things around, it would save me a bit of time.
That I can do.
So we'll montage this a little bit. It's a lot of, despite the demonstration, it's fairly mundane work in a less than mundane set piece. The flowers that you see are not outside the realm of possibility. They're just more overgrown than they should be, more vibrant than they should be. Maybe having a few extra petals than they should. Colors that maybe they shouldn't. Fewer spines where there should be some. More where there never were.
Cora is going to, as she works, try to occasionally catch glances of what Olivia's doing to see if she works any more little miracles. Even though Cora's mostly moving things, stacking trays, getting things out of the way, moving potting material, I'm sure.
Do you ask her any questions about, well, anything at this point? As she's doing little clippings, pruning, occasionally removing an entire stalk.
Yeah. uh, was it about 1980 when you learned that phrase that you told me earlier about reality?
Why do you ask?
Uh, just something in the way you turned your head.
And that's when she does turn her head at you more seriously. And it's not wary as much as just not really sure what to make of that entire line of reasoning. And she looks like she's clearly thinking. And she goes, Malkavian. Um, Thereabouts.
Good, so there's something to it then.
Something
To the feeling I had.
Did you hear a voice? Did you see something?
I, your fashion sense was a little different for a moment.
That's new.
It's new for me too.
It's not something you experience often.
Well, everything's new for me at this point.
If you don't mind, how old are you?
I suppose one more can't hurt. 7 months.
And you're away from your sire.
That's right. He had faith in me, I think.
That's nice.
It is. We didn't part in negative terms or anything. Quite the opposite.
Hmm. Well. You can see that she's a little flustered's not the right word for that, but
It's unusual, I'm sure.
yeah, she's clearly putting a few things aside.
What about you? If you've been around the nightlife long.
Well, at least since the 80s.
Yes.
But and she's going to sort some of the things that she has pruned off of various flowers and other plants.
So this flower shop you run, how did that start? And was that a euphemism, or is it truly what it is?
No, that's a real thing. Everyone has well, most people have a legitimate face. That's just mine. So I just do a few things on the side.
What sorts of people come to get flowers late at night?
Well, some of the better work I do is at night when no one's paying attention. Imagine a wedding needs flowers the day before because whatever store they went to or service didn't pull through for whatever reason.
Of course.
And they need a last minute rush job.
People appreciate that sort of last minute service, of course.
Pays a lot more. But you've probably clued into the idea that, and she's broadly gesturing, these aren't for public consumption.
No, they're all very unique. I'm sure there'd be questions about them.
Have you noticed something about Wormslow?
It's historic, it's off the beaten path.
Mm.
It's amidst a lot of wildlife.
No one comes here that's not supposed to. More of those tricks on reality.
Interesting.
Most people drive by the gate and don't even notice that it's there.
And so this is not just some accident of its location, but facilitated.
It's helped. So, I said last time, some of this is used for my own, some of it is used for... Come on.
Protecting this place. And for others.
Usually in trade, but yeah.
So
We
do you
don't
have to be
teach, but we do charge.
So you don't have to be Tremere to use these?
She's going to take one of the little flowers. She's going to be looking at you. And what is Cora currently wearing at the moment?
So Cora was dressed professionally. He intended to potentially meet with a couple of people tonight. So she's since set her blazer aside, but she's wearing like a black and white patterned dress shirt currently. The sleeves are rolled up. Also some, business slacks with a pleat. Some flats too, though. Didn't bother with heels.
You're staying in the cottage still, yeah?
Yes, I'm working on trying to find out where I might put myself next. I know there are certainly some retainers who stay here in the other little houses, but I don't think that place is for me just yet, if it will be ever.
I think you know enough to dream bigger than that now. But do you have any books in your room?
Yes, I have a little meditation guide that I brought with me from Frankfurt.
Amongst the clippings, she's going to take out a well-trimmed dark blue hibiscus flower. You should press that between the pages of a book. One that you like.
I'll do just that. She'll reach out for the flower.
She'll gently put it in your hand.
Taking it from her, she will go and carefully set it in the pocket of her blazer that is folded, overhanging some shelf or chair in the space. I look forward to discovering more about it.
Since your friend left you here, and I didn't see your car, where are you? Are you parked at the main house?
Yeah, I had an appointment earlier, so I did drive up. And, now I guess I'm here.
At that moment, you do get a phone call.
Hello?
Before you answer the phone, you do see a name on it. It's Grace.
Perfect. Oh, perfect. In that case, she goes, clan business, I think.
Cora, yes?
Yes, this is she, Grace.
I have a task for you.
I'm ready for a task.
Good. I'm going to send you 2 addresses. You will pick something up at the first. You will take it to the second. Your time will be compensated.
All right. What's the size of this package?
You'll see when you get there.
Understood.
Good night.
Good night.
Click. Good news?
Well, I have a job to do. And it's going to involve my car, so I guess I better get walking.
I can drive you up to the house.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
And she's going to take her bin of clippings. She'll put them in the back of her car.
Cora will quickly, as she's loading belongings, since the cottage is just across the way, she'll run inside quickly and put the flower in the book so it's not sitting in her pocket the whole night. and run back outside.
Mm-hmm. Do you take a moment as you're pressing a flower to...
So we can do that more intentionally.
Mm-hmm.
Let's throw her blazer in there, and she'll do that later. But just so
Okay.
she's not carrying her blazer around all night instead.
Okay. All right. As you get into the car, I would like to fade out from there, if that's okay. We'll pick back up with the rest of your endeavor afterwards, so that's all right.
Of course, I have one little thing to say to Olivia, but we can
Okay.
speak it later.
You can do it now, because we're going to
Okay.
be sort of jump cutting you to the next part of this afterwards.
Perfect. So, Olivia, Kate, I'm not sure if you've met her yet, but Chris, who I'm sure you know, and Poppy and I might all get together sometime. If you want to come out with us.
I probably know a few places you don't know about yet.
I love trying new things, so that would be wonderful.
I think we can make that work.
Can I get your phone number?
And yeah, she'll exchange numbers with you. She'll wait till she barks because of the whole driving with honor thing.
You remembered my line.
I did. It's almost as if I watch my own show. All right. We'll fade out from there. Hibiscus goes down smooth. All right. Kate. You finally have a meeting. One that you've been hoping for, it seems. And you finally know where you're going. But before that, as is the start of your evening, you spent your point of blood of waking up. Are you spending any blood to look and feel more human?
Not unless I get dinner's mixed company.
I'll give you for free that where you're going is a security company.
Mm-hmm.
There will be humans there. You do not know if they are ghouled, blood bonded, or entirely, completely human.
Then I know.
So I believe that is marking down 2 right off the bat.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You're doing okay for hunger?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now, considering this is a meeting that you've been wanting, and it's a meeting with a Ventru, but not just any, but you are Primogen.
Mm-hmm.
How are you adorning yourself for this meeting?
Kate set an alarm for sunset so she can get up at the start of the evening. Silk blouse, wide leg black trousers, blazer, heels.
Okay. The drive takes you in a familiar direction. Unless there's any other errands you need to do beforehand. This is it. This is your whole night?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
They said, I think the message said, early.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And in Venture speak, if you're not early, you're late.
Exactly.
So, this is going to take you in a familiar path now, over the Talmadge Bridge, towards Hutchinson Island. But instead of going towards the racetrack, or towards going the massive hotel and convention center, you are pulling off that main road to go to a rather large building in the middle of it, but one that you can see from the bridge itself as you're crossing over the water. Veritas Security Concern. Or, sorry, just Veritas Security. Going through my notes here. It is, at least from the exterior, clean. A sort of modern take on, what's the word I'm looking for? Art Deco. But in a way that still fits with Savannah aesthetic. It's just been modernized, updated. The parking lot isn't brimming with cars, but there is activity, many of which are branded cars that belong to the company, many of which are just simple employee cars that have parked there to pick up their company car. Some of them are in a more VIP area of the parking lot, so they're not ostentatious and vulgar, just upscale. So the Lexus versus a Toyota, that sort of thing. You're not going to see a Lambo parked there, because in Venture World that would be churlish.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of glass and a lot of that interesting material where it looks like both granite and marble, that concrete gloss for flooring and pillars on the interior. Very much a marriage between industrial, like reclaimed industrial, utilitarian, and what's the word I used for this? Modern aesthetics. There's no wasted space, but there's no feeling of crampedness. There is an airiness. There's a certain open concept, especially to the glass and gloss concrete lobby. There are people in security uniforms who are walking this way and that, not minding you any attention, other than the fact that someone is giving you a very curt nod as they wave you in. I'm assuming you're going to the front desk.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yes, hello, can I help you? A young woman asks.
Yes, Miss Fulton for Mr. Halsey.
I see, just a moment. And she will pick up a phone and she'll say your name. A moment later, a familiar face does walk up to you. A Owen Rook. Fulton, good to see you again.
Good to see you.
He's waiting for you. You do get a minor tour of the building. The rest of the interior matches the lobby in the sense of design aesthetic, but you do get to more condensed hallways as the airiness of the lobby yields to necessary function. You do see more office space. You do see more what looks like monitoring rooms. Now, you've seen institutions like this before. You know that this is not the only building in the city. can't be. It would be a logistical nightmare. This would be more of a nerve center where decisions get made, other little substations in the city where security reports into, checks into, picks up their company cars to go to wherever they're going to work that night. This is the hub for the entire company in the county. Or at least that is a very strong impression you get just from walking through it. You don't find it blind faith, everyone walking in lockstep, but you do get a sense of a well-oiled machine, that people know what they're doing, and the people that don't are being swiftly but politely corrected so that they can be, as has been said to you before, a well-running cog in the rest of the machine. You are brought towards not an office, but a boardroom where the glass is clear for the wall. But as you step in, you notice the glass turns opaque at the press of a button. You see your primogen, Noah Halsey, and a couple new faces. Ah, Fulton. Good. Tell me, how are you finding yourself here?
Doing all right for myself so far, but ready to get started.
Good. I have some tasks that you can do. However, before we get to that, I want you to be introduced to members of the clan that you've yet to meet. Now, it is important to understand that in these walls, we can speak openly. But once you leave this room, usual rules apply.
Understood.
Introduce yourselves. The younger man is about to step forward, but the woman in a floor-length black elegant dress walks over to you in very confident step. Opera glove, but it doesn't match the rest of the outfit. While this is a fabric for the dress, these are leather. They look painted on. And she holds out a hand. It looks like she's going to be a very dainty, as in take my hand and kiss it, but it's deceptive. She does go in for the handshake, but she holds it for just a little too long as the thumb presses on the back of your hand. Ava Lash.
Hey, Fulton.
Oh, I saw. And she does eventually let go of the hand as she regards you. But she does smile and allow the other man to step in. Matthias Coburn.
Nice to meet you.
And they both kind of, or rather, Matthias is giving a look to Noah, who just is waiting for them to get it done as he's leaning on the table, but with both hands. This is Matthias speaking. I run some of the more seedy side of things. A lot of criminal contacts. are to keep a wrangle on the county if you're not willing to walk into all the alleyways. Have to be willing to get your hands dirty. But you're from DC. You should know that more than most.
I was going to say it's a familiar concept.
Oh, well, maybe we'll get along after all. Ms. Lash, on the other hand, I keep a lot of the upper crust in line through a variety of means. I would love to have a private conversation about how that works. I understand that you're going to be shadowing a few of us. I'd love to have you along on one of my appointments.
I'm sure if you don't have my number already, it's easy for you to get.
I'll give you mine.
I'll pull my phone out so she can give me her number.
And she just, Matthias, give her my number. And he looks like he wants to say something, but the venture training of maintain decorum kicks in first. Happy to oblige. And he will give you his as well. But we're just here to make introductions. We do have to get going.
Certainly.
Don't be a stranger, she says. Oh, Matthias, get the door. And you just see a little bit of a flinch. Of course, where are my manners? And he sees her out before following suit, leaving just your Primogen and Mr. Rook in the room with you. All right, now that that's over with, ground floor opportunity. Now, I understand you're probably better off in logistics overall. Would you say that that's correct?
Correct.
Well, it's understandable. No one here starts as an officer. You work as a grunt first. I'll have you work for a little while at one of the overnight establishments, museum, or, well, maybe I'll find something a little more challenging, but that will be where you start for now, to better understand how everyone in this company works from top to bottom. In the meantime, you will be accompanying Mr. Brooks on a ride-along in his duties until I get you established at a building of my choosing.
You said Brooks. Did you mean Rook?
I meant Rook.
I was like, wow, that's a
Power move. It's that moment where you realize that his hibiscus tea needs caffeine in it. That'll be my next experiment, and maybe I'll have Olivia work on that for me. So, right along. You understand what a deputy does, yes?
yes.
Good. There are many things that he can answer for you, especially in... He used to work here, full time. Be good to shadow.
Certainly.
In the meantime, before I get you underway, do you have any questions for me?
Not at the moment.
If that changes, you know how to get a hold of me.
Of course.
However, unless it is an absolute emergency, go through Ms. Redgrave first.
Understood.
Rook, Halsey. As he nods, he goes to see you out. As you are walking through the building, do you have anything you want to say to Owen?
Yeah, I'll say I've got flats in my car if you think that's more appropriate for a ride along with the deputy.
I would say you would know not to say deputy out as
Oh,
you're
okay.
walking through the main building.
I will leave that particular word off that phrase
Okay.
then.
It's always a good idea to wear flats in this line of work.
Understood.
Although if you're trying to find a way to split the difference, a low heel serves. But yes. As you're getting out into the parking lot, he's going to pause getting into the car, which is going to be another SUV. Black, not tinted windows. It's let's go with a Cadillac. Something that looks like it could stop a train if it tried real hard. He's going to lean on the hood with his arms. Before we get underway, and if there's a situation that comes up, do you know how to use a gun? Do you know how to defend yourself at all?
I look over my character sheet to answer honestly.
Okay.
I have nothing in firearms.
Mm-hmm.
I have nothing in brawl.
Okay. You have anything in melee?
Nope.
Okay.
I was built for the verbal battleground.
So would you say you're more of a cerebral fighter?
Yes.
Okay. That's actually not a bad place. Hop in.
Before hopping in, I will swap shoes. Since I mentioned a few sessions ago, I do have a couple of backup outfits for various occasions now.
Okay, so that's easily done. You're in the car. As you're starting to drive away from that parking lot, goes, I will make sure you get back to your car, no matter what happens tonight. Failing that, I will get you back to either Wormslow or to your haven. Your choice.
Thanks.
I'm assuming then that you have focused more on how to command a person.
Mm-hmm.
That may come
quite
in
a bit
handy.
of work in that.
Okay. If we run into a situation that might be useful, try and de-escalate it first. But if it makes more sense in the moment, judgment call to get them to stop doing whatever it is they're doing. I don't think I'm going to be running into any issues, but it's good to be prepared.
I do want to let you know I'm better at one-on-one than crowd control, though that is something I want to work on.
It's something you're going to work on. Working security doesn't mean one at a time. It's working a building, understanding people, how they work, why they're stupid when they're in mass. Person can be reasoned with. Once they become a group, that's when it becomes a problem.
I've spent a lot of time with the voting population. I know that far too well.
Suppose you would. If we get time tonight, do you want to go to the range?
Sure.
Good.
It's been a long time since I've shot a gun, and that was more for hunting than self-defense.
My line of work, it's a bit of both. There will be two things. You'll put 1,000 rounds downrange. There is no step 2. In the meantime, do you have any questions?
I'm ready to learn.
Good attitude. As you are driving back over the bridge, Is it all right if I fade out from that?
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic. Artem.
Hello.
So you are waking up in your recently renovated guest house. Just doing it for the meme at this point. Okay. So you are wearing borrowed clothes, I'm assuming, at this point.
Yep.
Have you at least laundered the clothes you brought on you?
Yes.
Okay. So what is it that you're gonna try and get up to tonight?
So tonight, I need to talk to Alden about maybe getting a credit card.
Mm-hmm.
I want to talk to him about where there might be a place where I can teach Chris how to fight.
Okay.
And other than that, I mean, a lot to do on the house. Where is the boss?
It's probably in the house.
Let's go look.
Okay. Now, thankfully, you don't gotta wash off any grime, because you're not sleeping in the dirt anymore. So, walk into the house. You find Alden. Have you done any work in the interior yet?
No, not yet.
Not yet. Okay. You find him sitting in sort of the lounge den area towards the front of the house, reading something. It's hard to say. The cover's faded.
How does it look in here?
It has clearly seen better days.
Okay.
The lights are all working. It's just things need either replacement or polishing. It needs a whole refurb.
Maybe we'll start in here.
And it's fairly like that across most of the house. Some rooms worse than others. What little you got to see through the doorway of Chris's room, it's in slightly better tact than a lot of other spaces in the room. Bathroom's not too bad, but a lot of the main areas aren't great. Exterior is much worse in some places, but it does seem mostly cosmetic rather than supremely structural. In a couple of places it is, but nothing that can't be fixed with time and effort. It is nowhere near the state of needing to be condemned. If left unchecked, it will go that way. So
That's why I'm here.
that is probably what he's thinking. So, what are you doing?
Hey, boss, you got a minute?
No, but let's try again anyways.
Okay. First of all, need to buy some stuff. Probably clothes, definitely tools. How do I do that?
Usually with money, which I gather you have none.
No.
He's going to look at you in your borrowed hand-me-down state. Right, well, that's not going to continue. Do you know what things cost on this side of the pond?
No.
Right. There is a growl to his voice, and for a moment you might think that that's why the house is starting to fall apart, because it does seem to shake the room. But he's using that volume to yell for Chris. And her head pops over the banister of the stairway. What? Get down here. She wanders down. He's reaching into the inside of his coat for his wallet. He's taking out a bit of cash and a credit card. Responsibility. Do I need to explain that any more than the word itself? He's looking at both of you. Take him, get him sorted, and then you're going to go find whatever hardware store that you need to go through and get things for this. At least to start. If you need to buy paint, if you need to buy tools, do what you need to do. Take him to the barn. Get the keys. And she looks like she just got given the golden ticket, but is handing it to you. There's this slow look of this mother. Fine. I'm getting myself something too then. He does not respond to that at all. Either he doesn't give a shit or he sees it as the price of doing business. Now, there was another thing you wanted to ask him. Do you want to do that now or do you want to save that?
Yeah, I'll do it now.
Mhm.
One more thing. She hit me the other day and it was like kind of sad. Is it okay if I teach her how to fight?
He stands bolt upright. Take a swing.
I do?
Did I fucking stutter?
Artem goes for it.
Okay.
Would you like me to roll dice or does it matter?
He's standing still and he is inviting you.
Okay.
Now, I should make you think back to a prior scene. So I'm not going to have you roll to hit, but I will have you roll damage.
Okay. So, would you mind?
Uh-huh.
Because I could roll 6 dice.
Okay.
Or, for 1 blood, I could try and be just a little bit more impressive.
Okay. So this would be strength potence. I'd have to find the exact rule here. It's been a while since I had to just do a straight damage attack roll.
It should just add 1 to my strength, right? Is that how that works? If it's not, I'll just roll the 6.
Damage is just strength and then plus your
For all, right?
no, just strength. And if you do you have potence?
Oh, it's just strength. Oh, okay.
Just
Never mind
strength.
then.
Do you have potence?
I do not have potence. No.
Do you want to spend blood to give yourself another dot of strength? Because that sort of seems to be where you're going with that.
That's what I was thinking, yes.
Okay, I'll let you do that.
Okay. Oh, Jesus. I just rolled 10d5, not 5d10. I didn't get any successes, Graham.
Okay, so my rolling is slightly irrelevant. Did you get any
No,
ones?
sorry. That was with the D5s. I couldn't get any successes with the D5s.
Okay.
D5 also. That's unique.
Yeah. Thanks, Google. So that is going to be maybe 3, maybe 4. 1 second. 3.
3. Huh. That is intriguing. He manages to catch the fist as he rolled more than that. You do feel impact. There is a moment where you throw enough force into it that there is a slight, almost slide in his step, but that's it. And he's just holding it. You're not any better. Oh, this would be fun. Give me your phone. And you see him, and maybe you weren't noticing quite as he grabbed you mid-swing. But there's almost like this mix of both coarse and almost downy soft hair to his hand. As he takes the phone, slightly elongated nails. You would think he would have a lot of trouble typing on it, but he seems like he's gotten used to how to do this. They're not like, long ass press-ons, but it's just a little bit longer than anyone would find comfortable to rapidly type with, but he's figured it out. He puts an address on your map. Catherine Havel is a Bruja. Tell her I sent you, and she'll be more than happy to wipe the floor with you until you learn better.
Sweet.
It's funny you say that. Boxing in this part of the world is called the sweet science.
Why?
Probably why. You'd have to ask someone else that. But it's probably why she calls the place the classroom. Have a big night. Get to it. I'll call ahead.
Thanks, boss.
Now, is there anyone that you want to call on the way over to the barn now that you have this information?
Yeah. Let's do... Well, I should probably go there first before I invite anyone else. So not yet, but I'm thinking about it.
Okay. Well, you're going to have a moment to think about that. The barn doors are opened. And there's a slightly older, but still in good condition, Oh, what do we put in there? Because this is going to be kind of fun. Let's go with a charger. All black.
What year?
We'll go with still classic. I don't know what year that would be, but it's a classic looking charger. And
Artem has the keys, right?
she holds on to the credit card and the cash. That's her internal negotiation for handing you the keys finally. This motherfucker.
All right. Where do we go to buy clothes?
For you, big man, a tent store.
Okay, what is tent store?
Oh my god. And I think as the car revs to life, headlights illuminating to the beat of Barracuda, we're going to fade out from there. We're going to pick up with Ellie. Now, you and Tabby had gotten back to the Warrens after your little impromptu heist. You were able to go in your own separate directions. Not that you can't be joined at the hip, but I'm sure you have other things you want to do tonight. If there was one principal thing that you learned from Fitz and that outing, what would it be?
I need to get a car, so I'm not depending on people to drive me around places.
Mm-hmm. So, there's a few ways you can go about that. Do you have any ideas, or shall I give you a few?
Well, I'm very good at making money.
Mm-hmm.
So purchasing is an option if I want something brand spanking new.
Mm-hmm. The only caveat with that would be, how are you going to make that face-to-face transaction?
So, I mean, if I'm able to do it at a place that doesn't have too many cameras, I do have I am at a level of obfuscate where I can change my face.
Mm-hmm.
So that could work for a one-time transaction as long as I don't have to
If you can
do it
buy the
again and again
car
and again.
in a single transaction, or set up in such a way that
like a used
big
car
enough,
dealership would probably work.
that. Well, okay. What kind of car do you want? Let's go with that first.
So Ellie is used to is used to the type of thing that's, you know, just a pickup truck, really. Or a cargo van type things. So I
Dying
feel
of consumption.
like,
Got it.
yes. So I think, you know, Ellie is not needing something that's super fancy, but also doesn't want Lila to make fun of them when Lila sees the car. So, but I mean, from what I've seen of most people, a lot of people just drive like really sleek cars, and no one really takes into account needing storage space. So I'm wondering if maybe having something with a little more storage capacity would actually be good to have. I don't think we need to go as insane as a big unmarked van, but maybe something in like the larger size SUV size, like Ford Explorer, something like that.
Okay. And you don't care if it's new?
I think, well, I want it to be new in a way that it has an interface that Ellie can fuck around with.
Ah, okay.
I do want it to be something that is not like fully analog.
Okay. Now, a couple ways you can do something like this. You can just flat out steal one. I'm sure Lila could be talking to hacking into the DMV to get the location of an actual car that you are looking for, and then just going up and, this is mine now. But going that route, or even buying something legitimate, used, or brand new, you'd still maybe want a little bit of help in terms of legitimizing it if you don't have the proper paperwork.
So this is a thing I have thought of.
Okay.
You know how a lot of cars are now like the little you don't actually put a key in, they're just the receivers. What if I made a device that mimicked the receiver, so I don't even have to break into the car, it just recognizes me as an owner and I just walk on in and drive away with it?
Oh god, the pun I want to make is free Range Rover. Nope, I'm committing to that one. So, yeah, you probably know where to get one of those. You wouldn't necessarily have one on hand.
I feel like that's a thing I could look up ShrekNet and I would find.
Oh yeah, they would have their version of the like anarchist cookbook, but for tech, as like a pinned post somewhere.
Yeah.
Like, this is just part of your orientation to ShrekNet tab. You know, it's like, go through all of this. But if you wanted to get one, like one of those devices right now, you know probably a couple of people down where you live that could either give you one, loan you one, or just go, yeah, Bill has one. Not the same Bill.
Huh?
Bill? But
the
maybe.
Bill?
You don't know what Bill does on his off hours. I'll never ask Bill about his business.
Yeah, I'll I mean, probably the person who is most in line with me on that front is probably Lila, so I might ask Lila for that info. I'm going to try to initially. No, I'll just text Lila. I'll just see where she is, and then be like, "Hey, I have something I want to ask you. That doesn't involve you having to drive me."
That's when you get an immediate phone call.
Oh god.
I'm in between matches. What do you want?
I need a device to mimic the car receivers so I can get a ride.
Oh, you finally sacked up. Good.
It's for a job.
Uh-huh. Is the job finally you driving your own ass around?
Well, I had to do a favor.
The silence speaks volumes. You could actually almost hear the grin on the other side.
Yeah, I had to do a job with Fitz, and I don't want to have to do that again.
I love Fitz. Why? Because he corrects your bullshit. Okay. Yeah, I could get you one of those. What? Okay. This is fun. So here's the bit. You would still need a ride to get to the car you're gonna steal.
Yeah.
I'll be right over.
Oh God. Okay.
And you hear in very short order, tap, 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 tap.
Unlock. Hi, Lila.
You see nothing there.
Good. Jesus. Bye, Lila. Start to close the door.
Why did you open the door?
Like, enough for me to peek in.
Mm-hmm.
To peek out.
As soon as you try to close the door, as you soon to lean back, you feel just a poke in the nose. And just her face sort of bleeds back into view as she pushes the door open.
Yes, very good trick. We all are very impressed.
I didn't do it to impress you. I did it to amuse me. Motivations are very important to learn.
You are very impressed with yourself. I understand.
Look, do you want this or not?
Where are we going?
Well, first to my room.
Okay.
Come along. Mommy Lila's gonna teach you some things.
Ellie closes their door, and as they're walking, it's like, which how is your I'm a gamer and I somehow don't know how to ask this question properly without sounding like a total tool.
Are you winning, son?
How are the winnings? Your K&D ratios, how they be? So how are the matches
You do
going?
fellow neonates.
I bring my skateboard with me.
Fellow youths.
How are the matches going?
Well, they could be going better, else I wouldn't be coming out here.
Glad I could provide a distraction.
Well, it just means I'm gonna go turn off someone's computer in South Korea in a bit. But anywho, I'll get to that later. And you've been to her room before. When you first got to Savannah, well, you did have your own room pretty quick. She at least let you sit on the floor while you were kind of getting your shit together and ignoring each other while you just tapped away on your own computers. It's that very rare, special sort of friendship of, I can have you in my space. We can even be sending memes at each other. Just shut the fuck up. And there was a lot of that. Occasionally, yeah, it'd be an invitation to join a game, but it was never we had to fill the silence just because we're in the same room.
We probably did join games, but I was probably kicked out for being a noob.
By her.
Yeah.
Boat kick.
Did you just kick me from the squad?
We're the only two in it.
We're the only two? Why?
Hey, StarCraft 2 is it's a hell of a drug. So, and you find just underglow and like purple underglow to a lot of things. And it is immaculate. She's got silk sheets on her bed. Just because she's Nosferatu doesn't mean she's going to be grunging it. She's got one of those really nice, very well organized cable management stand desks. Like Hydra monitor setup. You know, the kind where you look at it and go blonde, brunette, red, you know, the Cypher thing from the Matrix. But in the way that most people would have a little bit of bashfulness of hiding whatever lurid content is on her screens, it's just there. She has no shame about it. Some of it are wallpapers. Some of it is just active games that she has paused. And she sits down and that's when she hides all the things. But it's just more to, what's the correct term for this, where you keyboard switch to a whole other computer? And you see the other side of the desk light up as all the monitors are replaced by a different desktop. And it's all her hacking stuff. And she's booting up different screens, virtual machines, and it's one of them is very simple. It's just Google Earth in one part, and then but it's being fed like an RSS from a very different non-legal source to fill in extra information. There is a DMV tab somewhere. Goes, okay, now we're going shopping. What do you want?
Want something that has cargo space.
Okay.
Um,
You're describing an APC, as far as I know. Like, what do you want?
Is an APC available?
There's actually a genuine pause as she goes to type. Like, oh, Hunter Airfield might notice that's missing. I'm gonna look into that one though. That could be fun.
That'll be a side project.
That's Christmas.
So looking something mid-size.
She's tapping away.
Can fit maybe. I don't want people. Just enough room so it's flexible, and also I want something that has a cool interface that I can mess around with.
Now, you remember what I taught you, right? That just because it's you can mess with the thing means that someone else can too.
Yeah, fine. Analog is also fine.
Hey, I'm not telling you what to do. I'm letting you know your options.
Well, I now no longer want you messing with my car.
I was never...
You were thinking about it. That's why you brought it up.
Hey, if you were smart, you'd be thinking about that, and I wouldn't have to point it out to you.
Well, now I'm just wondering how I can mess with your car.
Oh, I know where you sleep.
I know where you sleep.
Mutually assured destruction.
Jesus.
Question is, how fast can you replace your computer before I do?
I got a system.
Do you?
Looks at the very clean.
Does it say NZXT
setup
down the side of it? Because they're not doing so great these days.
It just looks at the really like clean setup of like everything super organized, and is like kind of glad that Lila didn't see the entire setup that Ellie had.
It's just basically like a repurposed light bright, or
It's just that the wire setup is this was cobbled together, and a wire does go somewhere. I'm not basing that off of anything real that I know of.
Ooh, battle station photos incoming. So, okay, so do you want to spend money or you just want to take a car?
Well, I have the money to spend,
Mm-hmm.
but if I can just take a car, I can spend that money on other things.
Both have their good points.
I guess it's a matter of how much I am going to be actually transporting other large gear. Maybe it is better if I just have something that just is small, has 2 doors, 4 wheels, and can get me around quickly if need be.
Did you bring Tabby with you on this, whatever you did?
Yes.
Oh, more airbags.
Okay. Safety is so probably a Volvo. Probably need a Volvo so that it can just not utterly be destroyed.
Okay, so out of character. We're just gonna make this part a little bit simple. What car do you ultimately want Ellie to end up with?
Probably.
Logistics aside, let's just.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Ellie is gonna go probably for a. Let's go with a like Honda. Actually, Zero Coolio made a good suggestion of a Honda Odyssey. That actually might be a good one to go with.
Yeah, that won't stand out. It'll stand out in other ways, but
it will also have enough space, and what I've noticed is a lot of people don't take into cargo space into account, especially if you need to keep something keep transporting things such as, I don't know, containers of formaldehyde and cases of blood bags. Bodies.
Although I seem to recall Cora's car fitting at least someone in the trunk pretty well.
Yes. One person, Graham. That's not enough.
Oh, I see. It's raining men over here. Okay, if you want a Honda Odyssey, we can do a Honda Odyssey. We are not sponsored.
Unless Honda wants to.
Yet.
Looking at you, Cadillac. Looking at you. Let's not forget Range Rover. They provide all the rides for our Elysium staff. So.
Oh yeah, I was also thinking about being able to store tech and having like a portable system I can bring.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Now, as a result, do you want like a van, or do you want like this Honda Odyssey thing?
I don't want a van because I feel like at this point vans just being out in the world are just in general suspicious of like, there's a van there. Why is that there?
Yeah, no.
People these days have seen too many movies.
Everyone gets auto suspicious when they see a van like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Even just like a little sprinter.
Yeah.
All right, so you're able to hunt one of these down, and it is not within a reasonable walking distance. Okay, so there's a few of these, not many. You got a color that you want?
Blue.
Living large. Living large. Okay. We got one right over here. Now. And as she closes everything down, returns it to its previously scandalous array.
Default state.
Mm-hmm. She spins around in the chair. Okay, so what do I get out of this? And she like puts her elbows on her knees and she's just looking like, come on. It's worth my while. TikTok.
You get to, I don't know, you and I have basically the same skill set. Unless you want me to steal something for you.
How about for now, you just owe me one?
Great.
Oh, this is gonna be fun. Come on, kiddo. Let's get you some wheels. Grab that over there. And she's pointing at the little tricordery looking device. It just looks like an overwrought walkie-talkie.
Mm-hmm. I go and grab it.
Yeah. I'll try how to use that when we get there.
Okay.
Don't put it on the fourth toggle. You won't like what happens. Oh, don't point it at your face.
What?
Oh, that's how we lost Jimmy.
Well, I never heard of Jimmy, so that's probably bad news.
You do have his room. Anywho.
Please don't tell me Jimmy died there.
I won't. And on that note, we're going to fade out of that scene. But it is about time for break, so I think it's a good time to pause for there, and we'll pick back up with Tabby after the break. Welcome back, everyone. You pick up with the second half of our Savannah by Night, Vampire the Masquerade shenanigans. Now, before we get to the rest of these scenes, I do want to backtrack to one moment in particular, just to facilitate a little bit easier for me. As you are driving along, Artem, not driving with honor, is there a call you want to make?
I'm going to text.
You're going to text and drive and not
Yes.
call.
Yes. Actually, I guess I could have Chris do it.
Well, driving with honor after all.
We got to stay consistent in this game.
She looks... Which one?
Tabby. Ask her if she wants to do Fight Club.
Okay, the rules say I can't tell them about it.
That's true. Ask her if she wants to go somewhere and not talk about something.
The fuck?
I'm just going to rephrase this through the lens of Chris. Hey, Tabby. Do you want to punch a snowman?
That's pretty funny coming from Artem's phone.
Of course, question mark?
Meet us here. Like-minded friend.
Do I need a ride?
Ask
Arden?
her if she can get one, because we have to go to stores first. If not, we'll pick her up. Actually, can we pick her up? How many seats in this thing?
Well, as long as you don't try to fit Tabby in the trunk and then try and drive into Wormslow unannounced, I think you'll be fine. Even if there is a back seat to just throw a sheet over.
One very quick second.
Okay. For the sake of expediency, we're going to assume that you can swing by and get Tabby, but you are going to go and do your fashion montage first. So we'll breeze through that part. We'll have your alt rock version of Material Girl playing, but with a sort of Slavic lyric version.
I'm a Barbie girl in a Barbie world.
Whatever works for you. So you are able to get all the... Because you're mainly looking for tools and a bit of supplies as well.
Mm-hmm.
Some tools Alden already had because you were using some of them. But something more specific you're going to have to acquire. And we'll go over the details of that later. It's kind of immaterial at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
What you're mostly doing is you got to stop looking like a schlub. You're going to be spending time at his house and nominally being connected with him. You got to at least look like you got your shit together a bit.
A well-dressed schlub, at least.
Yeah, medium. So, but you know where you're going to be going, what you're going to be doing. Do you bother buying anything specific for that, or are you deciding you're going to learn to fight in street clothes?
Yeah, I'll probably get some, like, athletic wear, t-shirts, shorts, gym shoes.
Okay.
Maybe some tape.
Chris is going to kind of waffle between getting like a more practical gym outfit. Slightly baggier shorts, sensible sort of sports top, or going the sort of like Instagram model, everything way too tight. And she's trying to talk herself into one or the other, and she's not really sure which one she needs to commit to. And she's not asking your opinion. She's very much, you know, she's in the changing room kind of figuring out which one is which for her. And instead of deciding, she just gets both.
Oh, I was hoping she would text Poppy and ask.
If Poppy's player was here right now, absolutely. But she's just going to get both, and she'll flip that coin when she gets there. So she's not paying for it. Finally gets out of the house, she's going to make all the use out of it. So, your wardrobe, at least partially sorted for now. A few tool supplies sorted. So you got a few shopping bags in the back seat of the car. You have the trunk filled with your house reno accoutrements.
Mm-hmm.
Tabby's either going to have to scrunch in the back seat.
Oh, damn it.
No, that's fine. It's just that there's going to be some scrunching. You're muted.
I've ridden in a trunk. Scrunching is fine.
Okay, so Tabby, you would know that you can't just lure them to an immediate entrance to the Warrens. Where in the city do you want them to meet you? Or maybe that's being too broad. Like, what kind of area do you want them to meet you in? Like alleyways, street. What's your plan here?
I think alleyway makes a lot of sense. Just
Okay.
kind of pulling up on one of those more thin ways that like might fit a car, but definitely not with much more room.
Mm-hmm.
Tabby would jump out from behind a dumpster.
So a lot of places, especially towards the core of Savannah, have sort of this alley between backyards of houses and in between the sides of them. So there's usually like higher fences or higher enough walls with dumpsters and everything like that that you can reasonably pop up from a manhole and either be skulking near the trash, because like knows like, or just be doing what you did with the super grading at the morgue while you're just sort of peering over Kilroy was here style. But
Yeah.
either way, they're able to see when a car is popping up. But do you just pop up right away, or do you wait for confirmation that
Oh
is
yeah.
in fact them?
Definitely not just this is my Uber pickup. No, definitely. No, for sure we'll at least back and forth be like, describe the car, please.
Mhm.
And also
Is
yeah.
red,
Black.
black.
I don't see a red car.
At this point, I'm going to assume that Chris is still the one texting.
And yeah, after hopefully safely confirming,
Mhm.
either by like seeing through the windows or just being like, that is the exact model that was mentioned and they're parking right here where I mentioned, so yes. I will.
Now, point of
Reach
order
out.
though. You do have a little bit of obfuscate, correct?
Yes.
The first dot?
First step.
Okay. Would you be waiting in the available shadows, trying to make use of that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think having recently gotten a good training session with stealth in general, certainly with the goal of working on the act of being unseen and of subterfuge. She's trying to work out at home and start to get into the routine of improving these muscles.
That's just it. Even if you fail, the attempt is still gradual progress. But because of how the power works, you are taking advantage of already present shadow, and you are not moving, and you are used to sitting and skulking. You are able to sit there without having to roll against anyone else's perception. And the only time when anyone knows that you are there is when the car door is already opening. You're having to scrunch down.
Hey, what's up?
Yeah. Jesus fuck!
Evening.
Hey. Evening. Hey, Chris.
Drive.
Thanks for texting. Sorry, I gotta scooch in here.
How's it going?
It's tied back here. But I appreciate the pickup. And the invite.
Too far away.
She's going to look over her shoulder. Just, you're going to want to get down a lot lower. Hood up. That'll do. Don't run any reds. I swear to God.
You mean any blacks?
I'm colorblind.
Process that one later. So.
All he sees is red. No, wait. He's black.
No. We're going to move on. So. You have an address to go to.
Let's go to that address.
Yes.
Now. You find, again, somewhere in the core of town, not down in the historical district, but just part of Savannah proper, none of the outskirts. A fairly nondescript older brick building. Looks like it survived at least one of the fires that swept through this city. Maybe not unscathed, but is still standing on its own. As you walk up to it and walk through, you see a fairly wiry, lithe woman in jeans, sports top, hair pulled back into a sort of a faux hawk braid. And she's wrapping the rope and watching herself over it. Very smooth, very controlled, very practiced. So, new kids. Who wants to go first?
Tabby will look at Artem. I mean, I would, but you invited me, so...
You spoke first. Up you go.
Okay. Then Tabby will step forward with some excitement.
Go up.
All right. She will... I didn't quite grasp what this exercise was visually as you were describing it, but she will attempt to do that.
So you're trying to go more acrobatic rather than just crawl under the rope to get onto the ring.
Ah, yes.
Okay. So you want to do the WWE, try and just grab the rope, launch yourself over it. Is that what you're trying to do?
Yeah, I think she's gonna try and launch herself in a way. Not like trying to make distance or anything, but not scrambling under it.
I'm going to have you roll Dex, Athletics.
All right. And what am I trying to get?
I'm going to give you a 7.
I got 1 success, no failures.
Okay. You manage to get up and over the rope in such a way that you don't immediately slap your face on the floor. You do catch your toes on the downswing on one of your feet, but not enough that you are tasting the floor. It's not smooth, it's not graceful, but you didn't eat it. Maybe just get in the ring next time without showboating.
Oh, sorry.
Tabby, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Put him up.
And trying to enter some very unpracticed fighter stance.
Okay, so you're gonna... This is gonna be kind of interesting. You're gonna do Dex and Brawl as she's Come on. See what you got. I need to know what I'm working with.
All right. I did lose you for a second. She said, come at her, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yes. Well aware that this will not go well for her. The goal is literally just to display and try and do well on her own score. She will attempt to fight this woman with the aim of disabling her, and is not trying to hold back for fear of injuring her either. Is definitely well aware enough of whoever this is. This is someone to try going all out on.
Just a point of order, Graham. I think Tara might have missed what you said the role is.
Oh yes, I did.
Dex Brawl, DC.
Dex.
Yeah, we'll just go with 6 for now.
Okay. Dex Sprawl.
Thank you.
Thank you. Sorry about that. And 6s.
Mm-hmm.
1 cancels out of 10. 2 successes.
2. Okay. She rolled 4. So as you go in to land one on her, she just sidesteps and cold cocks you in the side of the jaw. If we were to freeze frame on the rippling slow motion wrecked flesh to begin with, you're going to finally get toppled into the rope that you've just managed to not trip yourself up over. Okay, that's 1. Come on. We've got all night.
Artem's getting in the ring the normal
Tabby
way.
nods at him and gets out of the ring.
I'll try and give her a little high five as she goes out. Okay. On you, boss. Dex and Brawl?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. 6?
Yep.
Okay. That's good. I've got 4 and I've got a 10. 5.
Seven. So tell me how you're going in for this attack.
So Artem has been a fighter for a little while. Not like, I don't know if he's like trained, but he's been in fights. He knows he's overmatched. He's probably just going to try something basic but fast, like maybe the classic, go in for the soft to distract and then come in harder with the other one.
Okay.
Just start with that. I can't imagine it goes much longer than that.
Mm-hmm. There's that tap, connect to jaw, and as she pivots, there's that same fist that hits the jaw, goes down straight into your knee. And there's just enough of a roll to it that it sends that same knee down to the mat as she's standing back. Okay, that was better. Out of the way. You, no.
Come on.
Come on, you little sprite. Let's go.
It ain't so bad. I mean,
Try
what?
and
Are
give
you
her the
gonna
high
do worse
five as
than
I
me?
go
Come
out.
on.
And she's now feeling very self-conscious because she went for the way too Instagram model outfit. And this person's looking like they could just give her the Hulk smash to Loki treatment. So now she's just, oh, I've made so many mistakes.
Did you just buy those, Artem?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh dear. Okay. She takes an unnecessary but deep breath as she rushes in, and Havel just grabs her by like the scruff of the top and just flings her into the ropes. She doesn't go through them, despite the fact she is quite diminutive. So there was an ample mail slot to go through. But she does catch herself, and it is a bit of a tangle. Hair is all out of place. And she looks like she just went through a roller coaster with no warning. Okay, I can see I have my work cut out for me with you three. Are the rest of your new arrivals equally as neonate?
Probably.
Abby thinks of Ellie. And it's just, I mean, we'll just assume, yeah.
Give the others my number and send them here when you have a moment. For now, you, big man. Artem, was it?
Yep.
You did better than the others, but not by much. Where did you learn that?
Had a couple trainers, mostly just on the streets.
Now, out of character, I know you're sort of adding to it, but how noticeable is that Slavic accent in Artem's speech?
I would imagine pretty noticeable.
Mm-hmm. She is going to launch into a dialect that you're probably unfamiliar with, that has a lot of Slavic roots to it, a lot of loanwords that you're not familiar with, in a way that sounds both filled with loanwords that you would know, but also archaic at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
In a way that's not unfamiliar. Your sire did not speak the modern version of your mother tongue. At least not smoothly. Who did you work for? Or rather, what did you work for?
He kind of he kind of looks at Chris and Tabby.
No comprehension on Chris's face.
Just odd jobs. Nothing serious.
One of those. She'll switch back to English, looking at Tabby. Who taught you?
My sire, Angel, from Louisville.
I mean, no offense, but I take it she wasn't primarily a fighter.
No, most of what I learned was more brute strength rather than actually overcoming a fighter in close combat.
Okay. Strength is useful, but it's the least part of the equation. So the only one of you that's going to have to work on their strength would be that one over there. And just Chris like huffs the hair out of her eyes. Uh-huh. All right, you two, come here. And she's pointing at Tabby, Artem. And if you can pull yourself together, Chris, you can join us. Do you want to get changed first? And there's a long, long moment where she looks like she wants to launch herself. But she just remembered what happened. See you in a minute. All right, you two. Go grab those bags and hang them up on the hooks. If I start having you go to town on each other, this is going to be a short night. Put one up for her.
Sure.
Now, since I'm not going to do a whole dissertation on stream about how to box, we are going to go through a bit of a Rocky-style training montage. Where she is going to get you to focus on some basic forms. Since both of you are more informal fighters, she's teaching you it. First and foremost, stance. Your stances are all wrong. They're wrong in different ways, they're right in different ways, but they need to be corrected. And it's not universal because your physical structure changes the needs, especially with Tabby because you're already sort of bent and knurled out of shape. So there has to be ways to compensate for that. So when she finds that you are slightly more off kilter than you would be, even though you're doing everything correct, is having you adjust your stance to accommodate for it. And nothing she says or does is rough or cruel, but it is very matter of fact. It is very, I'm going to correct your issues so that you have fewer of them. It's very much that. There's no belittling, but it's also not coddling. This is training, not hand-holding. And Chris is being given much the same, but she is taking to parts of it better than others, resistant to other parts of it. But moments where she gets to, express a bit of rage at something feels like it's at least more productive than it would have been otherwise. Can't fix everything in a single night. For Artem, form is really the issue for you. You have the stance a little easier because you're kind of built already like someone who can just punch buildings all day. but you weren't formally taught. And this is probably your first real lesson of someone who actually knows what they're doing. But you tell me, is there something specific that each of you want to work on? Okay. What do you got?
Well, the above table that I will then justify in story, if that's what you're looking for, of the things that were just tested and make sense in this space, the lowest stat that was tested was Tabby's dexterity. And while that isn't just yet affordable, it's like potentially it's very close in so many words. So,
but this is how you justify when you can expend the experience.
Yes.
So,
thinking both about the obviously direct applications of the combat, but also the other uses that she just used for subterfuge, and of how, despite doing a fair amount of breaking and entering and sneaking around before, she had mostly just kind of gotten by on not being an expert, but being very strong and being decently stealthy as a vampire. But now she's wanting to actually have some coordination and have some actual ease of movement without relying on that rush of blood.
Because I know you're a fan of TFS, I think the thing that is going to be drilled into you more than anything else in this interaction is dodge.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Because what's your athletics? Is that low or is it high?
It's the same. It is moderate low.
Moderate low. Okay. So in this way, you are able to start justifying an expenditure in that direction once we get to that point. But this is the start of you being able to build on what's there. Part of the issue that I think was made known in that initial punch was that you could throw a punch, but you have the agility of a small bus. And that needs to be corrected. So she will be putting you through some exercises to focus on that. There's things that I can think of off the top of my head, but I can't put them in words because I'd never known what they were called. But it's like the speedball kind of aspect of it, where it's just you're not just hitting the thing rapidly, but you are learning to move around it, to orientate yourself to it. You get a little bit of that bob and weave. There's also the it's like a vertical sort of elastic rope with a sort of springed middle, where it's rapid and you're meant to sort of dance around it, almost like it's trying to hit you constantly. And if not, she's just trying to smack you with the punching bag while you're not expecting it. A little bit of keeping you on your toes, trying to develop that danger sense of when what you're dealing with is suddenly shifting, to anticipate, to look for the signs that you weren't looking for before, to help justify your jump and agility is your reaction time. So that's what she's starting to work on a bit. But again, this is one session. Artem, what are you wanting to work on specifically?
I think I'll do the opposite. And Artem has two very specific things in his head. First, obviously, what just happened. Tough to get no-sold, even by someone you know is an ancient, powerful monster. Another thing that he's thinking about is being held in one clawed hand being able to do almost nothing about it. Trying to cut off the finger of something and not even, or barely being able to scratch it. He would like to be able to play with the big boys, so he's focusing more on strength.
Okay. So what you want to do is Captain America at the start of the Avengers, where you were just hitting the punching bag as hard as you can until you knock this thing off a hook and have to go get another one. That's the imagery you want to go for.
Something like that.
Okay. Like with Tabby, you're not going to just improve your strength all of a sudden. But we can treat this as the determination leading to an end goal at some point. Now, you do have a bit of an overworked torso as it is, because you are a basically linebacker crossbred with a rugby player. And a mountain. So you are obviously a burly, strong dude to begin with, but that should give you some context for the fact that someone just gave you the full no-sell.
Yeah, he knows what's out there and he knows he can't handle it.
Okay.
And
now,
that's something he needs to change.
Now, at the end of your little individual training montages, she's going to be working with Chris more directly. Well, she's going to have the two of you, Tabby and Artem. You're going to do a best of 3. Dex and Brawl. Difficulty 6. So we'll just do 1 round at a time.
No blood rush on Tabby's end.
Me either. Ooh.
You said we're trying to get what?
Just 6 or higher. I'm just going to make this very simple. 5. What'd you get?
I got 110, which resulted in 2 successes.
Okay. That's it? Just
Yes.
2? Okay. So, because he's probably focusing more on the strength aspect and you're still getting up to speed on, well, speed, he overpowers you in that first one, and he does clip the side of your chin, but you're at least holding back enough that you're not trying to shatter bone this time. But that's round 1. Let's see how it keeps going here.
You good?
Yeah. Good. Good hit.
Thanks. That 10 goes
jeez.
away. 3.
Full botch, 2 1s.
Ooh.
Okay. I'm going to let you describe to me, Artem, how you overpower this botch of a Nosferatu.
Okay, so
I fail really well.
So basically he's coming in, he's gonna fake one way, and Tabby just bites. Yeah. Fakes and then comes in, fist right under the jaw.
I'd say on the double botch, you
Also,
get
maybe she
lifted up.
trips.
I was gonna say you get lifted off your feet from the impact.
Shit. Sorry.
You were confronted by the fact that this is a fairly low ceiling. And you taste rafters.
I think I bit my tongue.
Yeah, you did.
Oh, shit.
Sorry.
No, don't. Ow, fuck. I'm just gonna lay here for a sec.
Okay.
I think based on that double botch, there is no round 3. I think that rather cemented it.
That's night 1, big man.
You see Havel. Okay, go ahead.
I was gonna say, I just want you to know, I did not invite you so I could beat you up.
I just want you to know that I'm going to keep coming back so that I can beat you up.
That's okay. Good.
That's when you see Havel loom over you. It's like it's gonna take a lot more visits. You got some work to do. Because that's twice in one night. I just saw you get your bell rung.
I tripped.
Into his fist?
It was right there.
She's going to reach down and grab you by the scruff of your shirt and pull you up to your feet. And she's not going to stabilize you. You're going to have to figure that out. She's going to give you a little bit of that head rush, despite the fact your circulation doesn't work anymore. But for a moment, it feels as though all the blood in your body did not leave the ground. And you do feel dizzy, but because you are not affected by loss of blood in the head the way you would be otherwise, it's an uncomfortable feeling of dizzy while not succumbing to it, and you stay upright for now. You may want to stabilize yourself by leaning on something until that feeling goes away.
I'm gonna wander out of this ring.
You may want to have a seat. Chris, you're up. No.
Watch out for his fist.
Oh, I was going to have her fight me and have the two of you take a break, but...
Oh, definitely watch out for hers.
I think out of the two of us, I actually have control. It was a good hit, but there was no control behind it. That's why Tabby licked the rafters.
I think I did.
Unless that was the intent.
No, I was...
Then no control. Got it. That's your next step. Power without control is a disaster waiting to happen. Now imagine that wasn't one of us. What next?
Probably call cleanup crew and be in debt to that guy who wears black.
That's one of many. Depending on the severity of the situation, who that person is. Everyone's bosses are getting involved.
I imagine my response, if I'm still even cognizant, is to try and flee the scene and hide as best as possible.
Well, casualties usually don't get to flee at that point, but good to at least have an exit strategy. We're talking about whether or not if the stricken individual was mortal, in which case they're not getting back up. So, you're going to take 5, and then you're going to do this again. And I want to see you not fail this time.
Yes, ma'am.
You good hit. Dial it back. Control. Okay, Chris, you're up. And we're gonna fade out on her annoyed groan.
You got it, Chris.
Also, Tabby turn painfully her head over to Artem and be like, "Can we die if our necks are broken? Because it feels like something cracked."
So fun point. No, you can't. You get to live with that pain until you heal it manually, which you could do, but we're not going to be rolling for that much damage right now. This is a friendly sparring match rather than me punishing you more than you already did. So,
my dice are mean.
Sure. We are going to, I think, pick back up with Cora. And because of the other things being a little more involved, I think this is going to be our final scene for tonight. And we will get to more of Kate's ride along first thing next week. Cora, you were given the address across the street from a hospital.
Interesting. All right.
You pull up and you know to go sort of behind this little strip mall artifice. And there's someone dressed a little like an EMT. It looks like they're trying to hide the labeling a little bit.
Or hasn't changed her look from earlier in the night.
Mm-hmm.
Still sleeves rolled.
Okay. And you do see that he is holding what looks to be a cooler bag. And you were told that you were picking up a package.
Is he just standing out there in the open?
He's sort of like leaning in the alcove, but when he sees the car, he's leaning out and looking in your direction.
Got it. Cora's no dummy. He's holding a cooler bag. I think I know what this is. I'll go ahead and open the door to the vehicle. Get out. I'll leave it running though. Close the door behind me. Step out to him.
You're her? You're the one I'm giving this to?
That's right.
He's going to take it off his shoulder. Who sent you?
Did Grace give me a different name to use or anything like that?
Nope.
Okay. What, you don't know who you made a deal with?
Who am I dealing with now? Who sent you?
Shades of the last time Cora was belligerent in giving out information. Look, you don't need to worry about me. How would I have even found you?
He starts to walk away.
I would like to shout after him, relax, and try to dominate him into relaxing.
So dominate requires you to see their eyes, and he started to walk away.
All right, so... Hey, hold it! I want to get his attention at least.
You catch this as someone who knows the game a little bit, or at least knows a game. Goes, how do we do things? And he's starting to walk away.
All right, then. I'm going to pursue him, and I'm going to put a hand on him. And, I wasn't told to give any names.
And he's trying not to look at you at this point, and just, that's how handoffs work. You tell me who sent you. Otherwise, fuck off. And he's starting to pull away.
Fine. Grace, are you happy?
He holds out the bag. That's all it took. He hands you the bag, and he starts walking away.
Cora is gonna swear a little bit in her native tongue.
And unless you follow him, he is swift to get the hell out of there.
That's fine. I will open and inspect the contents.
Do you get in the car and do that first, or do you do it in the middle of the alleyway? Like, he just walks away.
If he's starting to get out of there, I want to lay eyes on the goods before I begin to transport it. Just in case I need to, like, run after him or something. So I'm just going to take a peek right here.
Okay. It is probably exactly what you think it is. But you tell me what you think it is.
I believe that it's some food. Nicely packed.
Just a great big cooler bag of Kool-Aid.
Perfect.
So, you have a secondary address in your phone now.
I do.
Do you hop in the car and head there?
Yeah. I'll set the bag down in the car. All right. Names. And then she'll lean back in the seat and get driving to the new address.
You have a name for the person that you are going to see. Ira.
Okay.
As you peel away from the sort of core of the city, you're heading more towards a little bit of the outskirts, more towards the south. You're not quite off the mainland, but a few more major arteries than you would be. You are in a residential, sort of suburban area, but not too high end, not too low end, somewhere in the middle. That goes kind of neighborhoods where, depending on the street you go on, there's some rather nice houses, and then the street over that, there's very low end. And somewhere in the middle, there's this fairly nondescript one-story house with a garage, but no car in the driveway.
That, like, post-war ranch style sort of place?
Considering how a lot of Savannah has some of that styling to it, especially further away from downtown you get, very accurate.
She'll go ahead and pull up to the street and not into the driveway, and then walk up to the driveway. and up
So
to
you-
the front door.
Okay. Do you ring the bell? Do you knock?
I'll knock.
Okay. You hear a bit of rustling after a minute or so. And it sounds like someone moving a few things around. Not right up against the door, but just around themselves on their path towards the door. And the door doesn't open, but you do hear someone speak through it. Yes?
Technical glitch for a minute.
Oh.
Ira,
Yeah?
delivery for you.
I wasn't expecting anything. Roll
Well,
me a perception alertness.
Mm-hmm. Let's see what we got.
Now, here's a question for you. Heightened senses is a bit dangerous to leave on full time.
Yeah.
Did you feel like turning that on as you walked up to the door?
I think Cora would have been flustered by the last interaction. So, yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So,
Does that change anything for me mechanically?
let's look at that together. I cannot recall off the top of my head exactly which does what anymore.
Cora's got a fairly good dice pool for this combination, anyway.
How many dots and aspects do you have?
Oh, in aspects, I have 2.
Okay. So this was going to be at an 8, but your aspects rating brings it down to 6.
Ah, delightful. I am rolling 6 die. And they are all quite favorable, in fact, believe it or not. So much so that I get to reroll once. I don't have any failures. So that is a clean sweep. 6 die, 1 reroll for 7 total successes.
Okay. Now, the only thing that's going to throw a little bit of a monkey wrench into this is Cora familiar with the sound of a gun cocking?
Yes, because of one particular situation at point blank.
This
It's
sounds
very familiar to her.
This sounds bigger.
All right. Cora's gonna make it known that she knows. Look, there's no need for the iron. Grace sent me.
There's a pause, and the decocking of something heavy. The slow sounds of a deadbolt being opened. And the door very slowly opening inwards. But just enough for him to peek through and look at you. And you see circled eyes. And a hint of sort of messy black curly hair. And he's just taking the stock of you for a moment. Okay. And he opens the door.
Now with the door open, who am I looking at?
He sort of stepped out of the way a little bit, but and there's not a lot of light in the house. But you get sort of a robe, pajama pants, t-shirt. Kind of looks like someone who like lives in pajamas, but isn't unclean, just disheveled. You see a bit of clutter, but not hoarder, not gross, just organized chaos.
May I come in? Cora's going to smile to herself a little bit. I just got invited in somebody's house as a vampire. And she will enter.
As soon as she enters, doors closed, locks are all going rapidly back in place. And you see, now that the door's closed and he's not hiding it, you see him holding a double-barrel shotgun.
I heard a large noise. I wasn't sure if it was going to be exactly that.
I don't like people coming to the door unannounced.
I guess you can't be too careful. I'm surprised she didn't send any news, or this wasn't a request.
Hold on. He waves you through and he kind of just points you towards the kitchen for a moment because he did see the bag, but he knows what it is.
Yeah, she'll go ahead and head over to the kitchen and set it down.
As you pass into the kitchen, you do see sort of the main room that would otherwise be a living room. The windows are, from the outside, they looked normal. You didn't see anything wrong with them, but it sort of seems like there's been like a facade seen from the inside. So it's not just boards up against the window. There's curtains that you kind of can't see, and it's sort of almost built around with wood. So it doesn't look too suspicious, but it looks like it's just meant to both keep out light or keep out people. Like a false wall. But in that same living room is clearly where he seems to be doing a lot of his work. There is I wouldn't say a sophisticated looking computer as much as just computer, a couple screens, a few pegboards with red string, and he is turning off screens. He is throwing sheets over the pegboards. He's just scratching at his head, like looking like, what else do I cover? What else do I cover? Kind of look to him. He's seeming a little frazzled and out of sorts.
Cora won't interrogate in her usual way. She'll just say, you seem like a bit of a private person.
Yeah. Hold on. He is going through all that organized chaos, trying to find what eventually you realize is his phone. And he turns it on. He just and when he kind of puts it down, he has that frustrated just groan, and you can kind of see from the way he's holding it, it just has this stream of missed calls, texts. Yeah, okay, that tracks. Ira.
Cora.
So, I don't want to make any assumptions, but who are you with?
Same clan.
Yeah.
New in town, if you didn't venture the guess.
I don't make a habit of going to the events, so for all I know, you could have been here for years.
You're my first delivery, in fact. Turns out Grace's name's a bit of a magic word.
It can be with the right people. I feel like this is the part where I'm supposed to offer you a drink or something, but we don't really do that.
I appreciate it, but I have some back at home. Well, temporary home anyway.
Oh. Temporary.
I haven't left the cottage yet.
Oh.
I'm very new.
Apparently. That explains. Oh, yeah, okay. Sometimes she makes the new people do this. Sometimes.
Her way of getting you to meet folks since you miss out the events.
Or seeing if you're useful, reliable, discreet. And he's very nervously fidgeting with his fingers during this whole thing.
Well, I hope you give me a 5-star rating.
Who would I tell? Is this your job now?
Frankly, I don't know. The first half of it could have gone a little better, but...
Everyone starts somewhere.
True enough. If you don't mind me asking, which I get the sneaking suspicion you might, but I'll go ahead and ask anyway. What is it you do?
He looks around and that fidgeting intensifies for a moment, and there's a sort of scratch at the side of his head, looking for the right way to explain something that he doesn't really want to explain. Assessment.
So sort of a risk management line of work.
Something like that, yeah.
That's very important. I come from a business background, and so those sorts of analysts are highly valued.
Well, that's good to know. What did you do before?
Yeah. So, it's a little complicated, but a bit of driving, a bit of background research, these sorts of things. Just managing schedules for people. A bit of this and that. They get me on my toes, or I get myself on them. It had a rhythm to it, though.
Everything does.
So it seems.
He looks down at his phone, just, I really need to get back to these. Thank you.
Of course, I've taken enough of your time. Look, my main thing around here is I have a car, so if ever you need anything discreet, I'd be happy to bring it by.
Yeah, okay.
Do you have something to write on?
At that, he does kind of smile to himself as just mess of papers. Of course, finding a pen's a bit more of a trick, but he does find something.
Or click the pen and write down her number on the note. or the, side of an envelope or whatever it is he handed me.
Or a book or, whichever.
I feel like that would be more his style than the more...
Oh, it's all very haggard and ramshackle.
Than the impersonal sort of, like, digital entry. Give him the opportunity to put it in his phone if he wants. So...
But from that, do you let him see you out, or do you add anything else?
No, I think I've taken enough of his time.
Okay.
It seems like someone I might take a bit to warm up to me, so I won't press.
Okay. Thanks for the visit.
Of course. Have a good night, Ira.
And you leave the house a little more warm than when you entered it. And as you get back into your car to figure out the rest of your night, we are going to fade out from there. However, before we close for tonight, I'm going to go around the table and check in with people. I'm going to start with Kate. How are you feeling about the current set of circumstances?
I'm ready to see what's going to happen, what there is to learn.
Any worries or concerns?
Not yet, because it was such a short glimpse into the start of her night.
It's definitely going to have to be a much bigger parcel next evening. But now that she's on the radar, has an official directive, some direction, some other offers, and a standing requirement from the prince. She's at least on a few Rolodexes and a few expectations, finally. So she's quite literally going somewhere at this point. But next week we'll find out exactly where. Ellie.
Ellie was during their interaction with Lila having some familiar feelings of some companionship that hasn't been felt in a while, and was feeling kind of nice and like was doing something both for themselves and also felt like it was improving things, and then was very quickly reminded that every relationship here is transactional, and then realized they need to be really independent if they're gonna get anything done around here, because there's no one that's gonna help them. Not without them giving something else up.
So, something to temper that with. Lila helped sort out Ellie on day one. So maybe it's not as transactional as you fear. At least not with that one. Fitz, on the other hand.
Definitely.
Actual currency. How did you feel about the heist?
First time I got to show off what I can do to someone outside of my home city. Hopefully word spreads around with a couple of people that I'm actually of value to other people.
Or at least not a detriment, which in some ways carries its own weight. Is there nothing further?
Not at this point. I think there may be more further after we get our first vehicle.
Ellie's first car. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go to the other Nos in the room. You're still muted.
Phooey. Tabby also, in general, since she has been turned, chafed under the meritocracy of being kindred, where you very much need to, certainly since coming to Savannah, kind of prove and justify your existence. And she's definitely wanting to get there, but considering how much she's both not been quite there, but also been extremely unlucky, i.e. botched rolls, she very much feels constantly pushed down to the bottom, and so she's fighting through it. She is enjoying these little moments where, even though she's getting her clock reset, there's a familiarity with Artem that she enjoys. There's a familiarity with Ellie that she enjoys, and does still have those little moments of, even here, there are still people to interact with and enjoy. She does, and also above table, I've not forgotten what we keep mentioning about, but the fact that Artem reached out to Tabby with an opportunity that she was legitimately excited at the prospect of. She's like, the rest can wait. I want this. I've been really wanting to fight. I've been really wanting to train and improve and get my clock reset. So ups and downs, but used to crawling her way up.
Well, at the classroom, the beating shall continue until your stats improve. Artem.
Artem's feeling pretty good. He hasn't been able to do a lot of looking towards the future, but this is the first time where he had to leave the place where he was happy and where he kind of wants to be, because he wasn't going to be able to continue to live there safely, and that's something that he's reckoned with in his time in the ship. So he's feeling like there's opportunity here to improve that situation, and he's feeling pretty good about it.
Okay.
Also, he's interested in Catherine and where she might come from.
I'm sure at some point you'll get a chance to ask.
Hopefully.
Cora. Last but not least.
Cora feels an interesting growth of agency, having spoken semi-openly about these instances of her derangement, these flashes with the people that she saw it occurring in. Already trying to employ Leland, the therapist's advice to her. about trying to explore what it means for her and not just shut it down. The growth of these little seeds, I guess, to borrow from her interaction with Olivia, of these relationships that she's starting to foster, is something that feels good to her too. She's realizing, of course, that she still has plenty to overcome and to learn when it comes to navigating this still very fresh existence for her. But she thinks she's going in the right direction, more or less.
She is rather new to crimes.
She is rather new to crimes.
It is both far more simple and more complicated than most people realize.
I like it. I would be upset if she were getting it exactly right away. It feels very her.
She needs to take a few laughs before she gets it.
Mm-hmm. It helps to have seen the track at least once.
But on that note, I think that's where we're going to end it tonight. Join us next week for another episode of Savannah by Knights, and on Tuesday for our D&D game, Age of Myth, and then Friday for Star Wars. Martel, do you remember what it's called since you're in it?
I remember that it just had a name change. It used to be called Twin Company.
It was Twin Company.
Now.
It is, yes. It is now Tales of the Hidden Path.
Tales of the Hidden Company. Got it.
Hidden of the Path.
Twin Edition.
A hidden twin.
All right. Thanks for joining us, folks. See you next week.